Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We are live. Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. One of your hosts is always Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by the full crew, ladies and gentlemen. And returning after a long hiatus, Mr. Rich Ortiz, alongside Mr. Tarek Lewis and Joey Franchise. My name is Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez. Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress, where we talk everything nerd and geek and anything else in between. And first and foremost, we want to make sure everyone hope everyone that was in the Tampa Bay area, and of course, larger than that, the whole Central Florida that was affected by Hurricane Milton. We hope that everything came out and all you and yours are safe and secure. And if you had any catastrophic damage, we pray for you right now, and we hope everything's going well for you, and everything goes well for you in the future as well. And Tarek, how did you make out with the storm? You okay?
I'm okay. I'm one of the highly blessed people who didn't have too much damage. You know, a little gate knocked over here, a little fence knocked over there. Mm-hmm. No leakage, no flooding. Power out for a couple of days. Right. I can't complain. So again, if any of my friends didn't get my text messages, come here and charge your stuff. Take a shower. Hey, let your kids have some, I got honey buns and shit I'd stacked up on that I didn't need or whatever. So
cool. Joey, how you made out the storm? You okay?
Yeah, we did good. We evacuated. I was in a zone A, but thankfully I didn't, lose any power or experience any flooding. My neighborhood at that, and it's funny because Helene flooded crazy, and it literally got to the doorstep.
Yeah, wow.
So I dodged one with Helene, and I thought I was for sure gonna get some flooding with Milton, and that didn't happen. So thankfully that didn't happen. But I was evacuated. I was in Clearwater.
Okay.
And we lost power there.
Yeah, I imagine.
You evacuated to Clearwater?
Yeah, it was inland, so it was like Zone X.
Yeah. Okay.
Still lost power.
And Rich Ortiz, are you one out? Well,
I was very good. I was very fortunate to have power and have everything on good internet. What's up, Socks?
what's up, Socks? What's going on?
Yeah. I gotta feel guilty telling people that I have power and all that because there's still people without it, and you know, I'm still with the luxuries of that.
Just got power today. I just got power today.
Yeah,
that's why.
And it's like, and just the fact that I'm able to like stream with you guys and talk with you guys today, when other people out there are struggling and going through that, you know, I just feel very fortunate. But yo, Tampa strong. We out here. We're good.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's like a weird bond from Florida storm people. It's like you feel like, yeah, you know, we understand each other, you know. North Dakota don't know what it's like, you know.
The ones that stayed, not the ones that left.
They haven't made that life.
Everybody who left, like, oh, I was in Atlanta the whole time. You're like, yeah, you don't get it. You don't get what happened.
You weren't with us shoot us in the gym.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this nerd stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're here for, man. Agatha, all along, MCU, it's moving along.
Yeah.
I find it entertaining in a weird way, more than I thought I would. I'm actually enjoying it in a weird way as well. But we had a big reveal last episode. That wasn't I think we all knew what that was. We knew that from day one when the show started. So it wasn't like, you know, I don't know. I liked it, but I was like, okay, you know. And then it kind of like ended there, and like, oh my god, like such a big cliffhanger, like dun dun dun. I'm like, no, bro, we know that. That's where you're gonna end it. It was literally like probably one of the shortest episodes, Tarek.
It felt like it, right? It felt short. But
it felt
and
really
I had to make sure I saw what I saw at the end, but they had to string us along because what's the draw for the show? As I said, I've enjoyed the show, but I've enjoyed the show because of the performances, not what it meant.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
and it's like, okay, so now it's drawing me into the Marvel universe a little more. So even though I enjoyed the episode, that cliffhanger at the end was very dope to me. But this is listen. As an actor, I want to say, like, this is the importance of hiring good actors. You can't just write a good script and say, oh, people just want to see. It doesn't matter. You still have to have good performances. So I think the performances were dope. And
I think it's going very well.
You knew what was going to happen. As people who were like researching everything, it was dope.
Shout out to Logic, Captain America's Captain Body.
He really is Captain Body. It's 1 star. Red, white, and blue.
Real talk. We need to acknowledge that. It's that's not been acknowledged enough.
Captain America only got 1 star. Captain Boricua.
Aubrey, what's her name? Aubrey Plaza. She's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Just a tidbit. Yeah, so there you go.
She was in Parks and Rec too.
Yeah.
So one thing I do want to say, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't the biggest fan of Agatha in the beginning of it.
No, really? I wasn't near. I was just like, okay, I guess I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I got talked into doing a watch party.
I was going to skip
another
one, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and these watch parties. And you know what? Yeah. You know what's crazy? I didn't get an invite. That's why.
I didn't get an invite either.
It's shout out to Comics and
we talked about doing watch parties for these things.
Yeah,
he goes off and doesn't want to deal with us.
No, it's because I've been doing these Wednesdays on Sil Abdul's YouTube channel. Shout out to everyone who's been following me from over here on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. So I've been doing the Wednesdays with him. I connected with another YouTuber, Comics and Everything. She invited me to her watch party for the show we won't talk about, and Agatha. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll do Agatha. I figure it can't be that bad, And it was actually, I'm glad I did it.
Speedy said, y'all check in too late. Y'all log in too late. We don't ever do the show on time.
Dude, my thing was so just to continue,
yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of it in the beginning. The first episode didn't catch me. I to be honest, it really didn't get me up until recently when they started. And I'm not sure if we're trying to spoil it for everybody, but now that I'm seeing all these things about the prophecies and certain person's lineage, now it's got me in there. Now I'm like, all right, because the entire time I'm like, where does this fit into the entire plot and what story? And then when it finally, now that they're kind of piecing it together, I'm like, okay, now I'm invested.
Yeah,
I need to see how
I like it. It's going. I mean, it wasn't, it was like dun dun dun. It's Wanda's son, but we knew that from the beginning.
Oh yeah,
we thought maybe we were gonna get Ralph Bonard, but Sox is talking about we're gonna have another Ralph Boner. Yeah.
Yeah, Ralph Boner's supposed to be in there because that is also somebody with some lineage. Magneto's son. Apparently, we don't know yet.
Joey, how you feeling all about all this Agatha all along? You weren't even down. You were like me. You were on the fence like me, if I remember correctly.
I was. I mean, I feel like I'm watching this show out of just because I have to. I'm already.
Dang, don't do that.
I'm already invested. I've already invested into the MCU and kept up with everything. So it's like, all right, I gotta watch this. It's a little. I will say, like, I mean, I have to agree with Tarek. Good acting goes a long way, and Catherine Hahn as Agatha is great. Aubrey Plaza's got a great character. Even was it John Locke? I guess the kid that plays Wiccan. He's pretty solid. I thought he was gonna be like really goofy, but it didn't actually turn out that way, and we got the ending we got from the last episode. But I don't know, Joe Locke. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. So Jean Locke.
On Google, they're listing him as Wiccan now.
Oh yeah, cat's out the bag. Yeah. Well, they're doing promos now with him as Wiccan.
I mean, come on.
But we knew, knew this already.
They're kind of like insulting our intelligence sometimes.
I feel like we spoiled this. Remember, I feel like we spoiled this. It was in a rumor a while back.
Yeah.
I feel like we were ahead of the curve on this, but yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like I've been like dozing off from like at a lot of these episodes.
It's got some exposition.
It's too witchy. It's like an extended watch of Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. That's true.
It's Hocus Pocus, but make it Marvel. It's putting me. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you. At times it's putting me to sleep. Like the big Wiccan reveal was like,
Shots fired.
Okay, that was dope. It was similar. Like he's got the similar crown, just blue crown, like how Wanda has hers. I mean, it's okay. I'm starting to get a little bit more intrigued. I thought this last episode was pretty cool, like where like Agatha gets like possessed. So it's getting a little like kind of Halloween-y and creepy. So
yeah,
it's just like too much. I feel like they say witch every other word.
Yeah.
Or like the witch's road.
Well, they're trying to establish a lot of what the backstory and how witches magic works in the show as well. You know what I mean?
And with that said, we now have the Agatha drinking game. Every time they say witch, you take a shot or you drink a little bit of beer. You take a sip. Guarantee you'll be. Hold on, are we allowed to curse again?
No. Trying to get on the radio.
Oh yeah, true. So by the end of the show, if you play by those rules, you'll be up.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah.
There you go.
Lit. You be lit. Smash.
Yeah.
Smash.
I'm not playing that game.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it, man. I'm enjoying it. I don't dislike it. So
I think it's campy. I think it's purposely campy.
Definitely on purpose.
When you cast I think her name is Sheila. When you cast this woman from that 70s show, the mom, like you're expecting it to be a bit.
Did we lose Tarek?
I think we lost his audio.
Yeah, I think we lost your audio, Tarek. Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, I'm here. I don't
There you
know.
go.
There we go.
Yeah,
All right, yeah,
Your headset probably got
your
like.
headset probably.
yeah. But I think they made it purposely campy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So that we can laugh at something in Marvel and then go to where it becomes serious. I don't know. I don't think it's going to have big time ramifications, minus what we think may happen with Scarlet Witch coming back.
I think we also forget that for the son to be alive, I guess Scarlet Witch has to be alive.
Right.
So that kind of is implied, but also like we also forget that, like, I mean, we got blessed with Deadpool, and we got curses, we got rated R, everybody was doing, enjoying it. And to go back to, again, we keep on forgetting that this is Disney and Disney streaming. So this is going to be a little bit more family oriented, a little bit more PG or even G compared to what Deadpool is. So I think, like, right now we want it to be something. I guarantee you, if this was rated R, I'd be way more invested and think that it probably is way more interesting. But I mean, dude, it's a family show, and we have to remember that. So for it now to have Wiccan and all that stuff, I'm happy about it. But I'm gonna be honest, the show is kind of mid for me.
Yeah,
it's better than Miss Marvel.
Yeah. I didn't dislike Miss
No?
Marvel.
Nah, I like Miss Marvel
Yeah, I didn't
because
dislike Miss
Miss
Marvel.
Marvel had action.
Oh wow!
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Miss Marvel had action the entire time.
Hey, this is better than I'm enjoying this more than Miss Marvel, and I didn't hate Miss Marvel. To me, I'm enjoying this more than Miss Marvel.
Okay.
There's more character development, like even outside of Agatha, the other characters, especially now knowing that this kid is Wiccan.
But they keep
murking
murking them witches, man. They're building characters up to murk
I think
them later.
I think they're murked. I think these witches or her coven is getting murked every episode inside like the realm that they're in. I think they exist in reality. I think for the witches road, they're like dead, and I think they go back to.
They lost.
You think this is another
they
spell?
lost like a video game?
You think this is another spell they're in?
They got eliminated from the game.
It's like Jumanji. Yeah,
like Jumanji.
Yeah, I think at the end, the Salem 7. They keep talking about the Salem 7.
Yeah.
Will face off against all these Agatha, the people that Agatha recruited, and it'll be like a redemption story for Agatha. Like, we're gonna have to figure out whether she's a villain or a hero. That's what. Like, are we rooting for her or are we rooting against her? Because she's clearly not just a good person.
No,
she's gonna have to make some type of sacrifice at the end.
Yeah. But we're also forgetting she was the bad person in Vision. Like
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
So
she's not a good person at all.
No. Yeah, she's absolutely selfish. But at the very least, it's entertaining. I think it's entertaining.
Yeah, Socks. There's actually the rumor of Lady Death, the one that Thanos courts in the comics, and it was alluded to in at the end of the first Avengers movie. That she's that's who Rio Vidal. That's who she'll end up being.
Yeah.
I think it'd be dope to see Josh Brolin's Thanos say to Aubrey Plaza, like, you tried and tried to escape. Where did it bring you? Right back to me.
Socks makes a good point too. It's like, all right, if Wiccan's alive, where's his brother Speedy?
Yeah,
I think he was asking Speedy, where's his brother?
Where's his brother?
Speed is the brother. Yeah.
Speed is
the brother. Yeah.
That's funny. No, that's a good question. I think that's part of what he's on the road for. I think he doesn't know what his purpose on the
maybe he's looking for his brother. That's why
I think he's looking for his brother, and I think he's also looking for Wanda. And I think what I'm trying to figure out is he possessed? Is he like is it the soul of her kid that she created in the hex inside of another kid? Isn't that how it was in the comics?
So is maybe it's another like prophecy, like it's the sons or the sons of the Scarlet Witch are also prophesized. That's why they got, they got this OP because he just he just started moving his hands and making things happen.
Yeah,
he didn't even know. Well, before he was running around with a book and and trying to.
But he always had the inclination. He always had the interest in it.
Right.
In witchcraft. So it may be a thing of like there always needs to be a Scarlet Witch. Like when we're gonna get Tony Stark we're not gonna get Tony. We're gonna get Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. We could get Tony Stark. Like there's a couple of storylines with that we don't know about.
Yeah. Well, so is he Tony Stark or is he Doom? Is he Victor Von Doom? And it's like there always needs to be that type of figure in existence for existence to exist. When Thanos says, "I'm inevitable," like there may always need to be a Thanos.
There always needs to be a big bad.
There always needs to be a big bad, which
that balance,
which therefore verifies the existence of the Eternals. Like y'all shouldn't interfere with that. There always has to be this big bad, and there always has to be opposed. So Scarlet Witch and Thanos are big bads, and there always has to be a Tony Stark or Steve Rogers. Like it's Steve Rogers, his the super serum the super soldier serum worked on him a certain way because he's special, and there always needs to be somebody special. Versus when you give it to this other dude, he becomes U.S. agent, and this is why Falcon can't take it because he may not have that special thing. So, we may see some deeper things. There's a lot of opportunity. The good thing is Marvel has presented us with a lot of opportunity to explore different story types. And that's what's dope about the MCU.
The thing about the MCU, though, the best part is that they now, with the expansion of all the multiverse and everything, we don't know where the storylines will go because you have variants of different characters. The reason why I say that is just to bring me back to what you said about Dr. Doom and Tony Stark. And I'm pretty sure we talked about this in a previous episode, but there is one variant of Tony Stark who is actually like there's some kind of mind switch between Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom, and Tony Stark, and then
they play around with it in the comic books.
It's Doom's consciousness inside Tony Stark, and he ends up being like the Iron Dr. Doom. And so like that was one storyline, which is what I hope that they go for. It's like, a variant of Tony Stark, and they think that they're helping him, and then it ends up turning out that he is Doom. And then
honestly, it's just gonna get crazy. They're gonna get really creative and crazy, and throw go 100% forward. You know what I mean? So just get prepared for all that stuff.
What if they do with Robert Downey Jr. what they were supposed to do with what's his homeboy that just got canceled? Megan Good's boyfriend.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. What if they do the whole like variants of Tony Stark is having a war with each other instead of them doing?
Nah, I think what they're gonna do out the gate is Doom is just gonna come through and just kill off all the variants.
But
that's how they're literally gonna breeze out of that Kang stuff like the first scene. It'd be like the beginning of the first Avenger, the Infinity War. Let's just get it out the way. Loki's dead. Boom. Just letting you know that everybody can get it.
But we're going to, at some point, you have to get Loki on that tree, sitting on the branches of all existence, right? Like we're going to have to go back to the end of Loki season 2, where he's the king of stories or whatever, the god of stories.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you,
they got to circle back with that. They definitely.
We're gonna get. Go ahead, Joey.
All this TV stuff is just like there's so many loose ends. They need to tie up a lot of that stuff. I mean, Loki kind of gives us, it introduced us to pretty much multiverse and Kang, and he was supposed to be the big bad, but like, the Agatha thing, like, how does this how does this, lead up to Avengers? How does this,
Armored Wars, Secret
yeah, how
Wars,
does this
all that.
honor everything that we've
They're
been
actually talking about Armor Wars might be canceled right now.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Because even Don Cheadle will be sounding pissed when they ask him questions about it. So
he does. He sounds.
You tell me. You tell me when you hear something.
Yeah, because that's probably what anybody's asking him about, and he's probably just annoyed by it at this point.
He's like, I signed in. I turned down Hotel Rwanda 2. There was a sequel to Hotel Rwanda that I turned down to do Armor Wars, and y'all played me.
He turned out Captain Planet.
Yeah, just to continue what Joey was saying, like he said, like there's so many plot lines right now. The 10 Rings, and Shang-Chi. You got Thanos' brother at the end of the Eternals. You have Blade at the end of talking to the Knight. You have all these things going on, and it's like, dog, when is this all gonna come together?
Yeah.
And dude, you got like 12 different plot stories going through right now.
Yeah,
I think some things we're not going to see. I think some things we're not going to see. I think if they ever do a Ghost Rider show, if they decide, they'll be like, okay, we'll do Black Knight and Ghost Rider. We'll do Black Knight and Blade, because Blade has so many complications in trying to develop a story.
Oh yeah,
and move forward with.
I think
film.
they just bit too much, more than they can chew, I guess, or more than they really can.
The way you solve this is reboot after Secret Wars. Because we don't know if Blade's gonna get made now. They can't crack the script on that. It's like, I mean, even though Agatha, it's being well received, it just still, there's still some some stuff like that's, you know what I mean, like that's just not making sense.
It's disjointed. Where does Moon Knight play into Agatha?
Right, but I think, and that's a good thing, because I mean, I think we're gonna get more witch stuff with Ironheart, because the Hood kid that's gonna be the big bad apparently of that show, he's gonna do a deal with Mephisto to obtain his powers.
Right.
Shoot, I mean, bro, I mean, it's really tough because they do all these stories and they don't really, again, they leave all these plot holes and like, oh yeah, we'll address that later, and it's like 10 movies later,
Thor will return.
Yeah,
like, all right. God, Spiderman will return.
Like, supposed to get Star-Lord returning, and who knows?
The Spider-Verse will return.
I think they're done. I think they're done with Eternals now that they got X-Men, because that was that was made only to fill the void because they didn't know if they were going to get the X-Men deal done. Fox, is they and this is why Bob Iger did what he did. It's like, we're gonna just focus on making movies from the core characters that were making us money.
Yeah, and Sox. I also read that. I heard that as well. That some of the plot of the Armor Wars is going to get included in this upcoming Vision show, and I guess they're going to shoehorn the rest of the plot into the Braveheart, Ironheart one as well. So it's going to be like a split of the Armor Wars plan. They're going to shoehorn some of it into Ironheart, and the rest of the main idea of it is going to go into the Vision show. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I love Don Cheadle as an actor. I don't think War Machine's a strong enough character to.
I think it would have been a cool ass, excuse me.
It would have been a cool show.
Really, really cool TV show for Disney Plus.
That would have been a cool show. Because I think even right now with Captain America, I mean, I like, I like the new Cap, but is he really strong enough to really carry that mantle?
Yeah,
we'll find out.
That's tough, and
we're about to find out.
There's people that I've seen rumors on people on Twitter that have said this thing is terrible.
Oh, the Cap movie? The
Yeah.
Cap movie?
Brave New World.
I tell you, hold on to your horses. Hold on to the
Damn.
horses, boy. That
You
movie.
breaking our hearts, Joey.
People that I guess somebody that saw it in the studio does these. They do the screen tests.
Yeah.
So they invite people. They just invite randoms that are in the office or that work in the building to watch a movie. You don't know what movie you're watching, but you go into a movie and they kind of picked up that, oh, this is Captain America, Brave New World, and they said this thing is
not good,
atrocious.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh man, I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
That hurts my heart.
I don't want to. I want to pull up the exact. Tweet or the actual tweet that whoever sent it. I think it was one of the big guys with big scoopers.
Well, I'm gonna go against the grain and say that I don't agree with you guys saying that War Machine would have been a good show, because on Disney you can't curse, and Don Cheadle needs to curse for his acting to really come through.
That's true.
You can. It's not true. You can. They got.
I'm just being facetious. I'm being facetious when I say that. I'm just saying that would be War Machine would be a way better HBO show than a Disney show. I feel like Raw War Machine would be dope.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Well, we're still on the MCU, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about some of these Spider-Man 4 rumors. Joey is getting saucy, including Venom cameo. Venom maybe teaming up with Spider-Man to fight a Null character, or multiple villains in Spider-Man. Vulture possibly returning, or very rumored to be returning. Michael Keaton's Vulture, another mystery villain that they haven't quite revealed yet as well. And but besides the Null,
I saw Craven, Rhino, and then Null.
I can see them doing Craven.
Yeah, and it actually, and I don't
Morpheus
know if this,
or something.
I don't know if this was like just somebody making things up or whatever, but I saw some casting thing that they saw. It definitely wasn't official, but it definitely had like somebody as Miles Morales. It had Donald Glover as the cousin,
right.
I guess as he plays the Prowler or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I saw a couple, but again, I don't think that was official. If it is, that would be awesome. But it would be cool if Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, was a Venom story. I mean, I'm already excited about it, but the Venom and the symbiote saga is my favorite. Like,
I think personally, also besides that, I think there's another love interest as well. That's going to be introduced in this movie. I don't know if they're going to do a Gwen Stacy or they're going to do.
Apparently, that was the other one. The chick from Game of Thrones that played the young Rhaenyra. They had her casted as Gwen Stacy.
Oh yeah, well she's gonna be Supergirl too.
I don't think that's gonna happen. She's in DC. She's playing Supergirl.
Yeah,
she can't double dip.
I don't know.
Well,
you never know.
Josh Brolin double dip.
He almost did.
Yeah,
he almost did, but I think he did that. I forgot what the story was on that. He wanted way more money or something crazy.
Are we talking about the Lanterns thing?
Yeah, he wanted.
Yeah. Let's hold up on that before we get to DC.
Yeah.
But on Spider-Man, I think honestly the Spider-Man movie is going to be. I think it's going to be after the Doomsday movie. So I think whatever happens in Doomsday is going to cross over to the Spider-Man movie. It's going to be some kind of like Battle World, a different weird version of New York City that he just realizes that he's in. You know what I mean? With crazy stuff happening, and I think that's going to be introduce all that stuff, the Kraven the Hunter and the Null and the shaking up and and the inclusion, busting, including all these different characters, because he's going to be on this weird Battle World version of his world, and then all these characters are going to be included. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's going to happen in this movie, pretty much.
Yeah, it's gonna be both. friendly neighborhood Spider-Man vibes mixed with No Way Home vibes.
Yeah.
Multiversal stuff. Yeah. But real quick to confirm the Captain America 4 scoop that I got. I got it off of fandomwire.com. And some of the bad reviews from the early screenings and screen tests for the movie came from industry insider Jeff Snyder.
Okay. I know they said like the leader, maybe who it was too much of him or not enough of him.
Dog, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody that's doing reviews for the Marvel universe with the last name Snyder.
Well, he's pretty credible. He's a pretty credible scooper.
I'm joking.
He's a pretty credible scooper.
Point shaving. They point shaving, dog. Infiltrating.
Again, dude. No matter what, we're gonna be watching it to see it.
Hell yeah.
But you know,
hell yeah.
I don't know, man. We need to see how our boy Harrison Ford becomes the Red Hulk and all that. Hopefully, this will open up this whole Hulk thing, this whole Hulk universe.
I read the whole plot for the movie, actually.
Ah, man, you spoiled yourself, man.
It was like
I've been skipped.
It's an alleged. It's an alleged leak.
The alleged plot.
I didn't even read it. Yeah, I didn't even read it. I was just like, nope.
I mean, but it was kind of. I kind of predicted it already just by looking at the trailer. Like I already have the assumption, and mind you, take these predictions and with a grain of salt. I don't, I personally, just by watching the trailer, I already knew that Red Hulk turns into Red Hulk, or Thunderbolt Ross turns into Red Hulk because of the leader. So the leader has been like
making Hulks
under his care. Well, under his care because remember he had that heart attack that he talks about in Civil War.
Yes.
So I think since then he's been like getting treatment to to run for president and
to suppress the whole Red Hulk thing.
Yeah, he's running for president. He's out and about. Yeah, and I think that leader was giving him something that was like Hulk serum and he didn't know was Hulk serum. And and that's how I feel like Isaiah Bradley's triggered. I don't know how that's tied in. Like when we saw that in the trailer, how he gets triggered and tries to assassinate Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh, they like a Manchurian candidate thing.
It's literally giving off that vibe.
Yeah. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on talk about the Penguin. The Penguin. HBO.
I'm behind right now because my girl wants to watch the show. So I'm only
pretty solid show so far. I haven't watched episode 4 yet, but
it's a brilliant show.
Yeah, I mean, man, we got Sophia Falcone, the Hangman herself. I mean, I'm liking this like gritty. But in episode 3, there's like all kinds of crazy quotable stuff from the Penguin that he says about life and hustling and stuff like that. It's just like wow. Yeah. Like Colin Farrell, man.
He did that.
He's doing this role, man. Like
it's a combination. It's a coming of age story. It's The Godfather meets Carlitos.
Yeah.
Meets the Justice League. Meets it's
Gotham City. There you go.
Yeah. It's a dope. It's another one where like the performances are dope. And if you don't know it's related to Batman, it's still a good show.
Yeah.
Like you have to know
it stands by itself. Yeah.
Yeah, but it stands by itself, man.
If it was Gotham City was just a random city that the show was in, it would still be a good show.
And I know people like, I always get this argument. People like, Gotham City is New York. I'm like, it just feels like Chicago to me. It just feels like gangster Chicago from like the Untouchables to me. It feels like the Untouchables. It feels like the Godfather.
It's on a Mangalam. It's on like a combination of different kind of cities. Yeah.
Yeah. So and another one. It's another one where the performances are great, but it just want the setting and everything. Like I actually don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
With something without a lot of action, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. That's what I like about it too, as well. They're just doing their own thing. You know what I mean? I like it. Does the Penguin right now? Well, Joey, what do you think about the Penguin so far?
I really like it. I mean, I've only seen the first episode, but I mean, I'm trying to my girl's getting mad because I'm watching. I already saw it. So, but you know how that go. But
don't watch shows without your pregnant woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Safe to say she's not listening to a podcast because she's gonna get spoiled.
So do everything together until the baby's here. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, to keep it G, like I really like I really enjoy the show though. Okay. I think Colin Farrell is just doing an amazing job being the Penguin. I like the tone that Matt Reeves is giving it, and Sony should have took notes from a guy like this, because that's how you build your characters for these that's how you build your characters for these big
okay, guys,
these big franchises. Yeah. So
Rich, what do you feel about it?
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I haven't watched it yet because I want to binge it. So I'm waiting.
Okay.
I'm waiting like 2 more episodes, and then I'm gonna watch it straight through.
Okay. You know what? A lot of times I get mad at people. I'm like, it's a binge worthy show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I will say at the end of every episode, I'm like, yo, what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What happens? And
I keep on hearing that it's so good and everything. I'm seeing the high praises of it. Mm-hmm. But once they said that it was going to be a week-to-week basis, I held myself off. I've filtered out any Penguin things on my timeline for it because I do want to watch it straight through.
Yeah. It is a binge-worthy show. I will give it that credit. If you decide, hey, I'm going to watch it at the end, it's worth doing that.
Okay.
So Fair far. Enough.
Does it make, ladies and gentlemen, does it make the Batman a better movie?
Yes.
In retrospect.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen it yet, but this is supposed to be the prequel to what happens in the Batman, right?
No. Immediately
after. So it's after. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Immediately.
Does it make the Batman a better product?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. It makes Robert Pattinson an even more viable Batman. And I know some people like Batfleck, but Robert Pattinson's Batman now is like, okay.
Now you get it why it operates, why the world operates in Batman.
That Batman operates. Pattinson's Batman.
So are you saying
Ben Affleck's Batman after a period of years? It's like Robert Pattinson's Batman year 1, and Ben Affleck was Batman year 12. And it makes complete sense why he's that Batman at that point.
So you're saying that we got to put respect on emo Batman?
Yeah.
You got to put respect on emo Batman. Trenchcoat Batman deserves the respect.
Here's the thing, like,
there's only one scene I don't like. I just don't like the rug scene in Batman when he figures out the clue too late. You know?
No, that's perfect. Like,
yeah.
Gotham had to get messed up somehow. Gotham has to a tone has to be set because it's early Batman. Like you know what I mean? Like, this is people, like, chaos just starting to, like, really rise, and everybody's just trying to get a piece of the pie. Right. And then you got a character like the Riddler who's just like, knows about the toxicity that's going on in Gotham, right, and just really opens the floodgates, all pun intended, to just wash away everything, and they pretty much start from scratch to give now there's nobody really, the politics is messed up. Crime, like the crime bosses situation is all messed up, and that's what kind of sets up the Penguin, because the city's pretty much his for the taking. You know what I mean? Right. So, right. And that's just pretty much what the premise is, and it sets up for like other villains to kind of chime. You don't know what other villains are trying to creep, and fight their way to the top in the crime world in Gotham. So, and that's crazy because you're only seeing one side of the spectrum. You're seeing the more mafioso kind of side of it. You're not really seeing the Two-Face stuff, the Harvey Dent stuff. You're not seeing the I'm trying to think about what other, Joker, stuff like that. You're trying to figure out what characters, his rogues gallery is pretty big, and it's got that, fantasy kind of aspect to it at times. But there's a lot of characters where you kind of believe that these people will exist in real life. And I think that's what Matt Reeves is going for. And that's why this version of Batman is not really like, fantasy. Like, he's not doing all the crazy stunts. He's doing like, realistic fights, realistic, harness pulls with his, his grapple and stuff like that. It's supposed to, the tone of what Matt Reeves' Batman is supposed to be is to make it seem like, Gotham City is like a real place. Like, this looks like a real place.
Yeah.
And he's doing it. And
do you guys think that James Gunn, in hindsight, is going to be like, hey, let Matt Reeves finish everything he wants to do with Batman and his shows, and be like, well, Robert Pattinson, want to do more Batman? Here's a new contract.
I don't think he fits what James Gunn's doing. James Gunn is going very comic booky.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm looking at the set photos, and I mean, until they polish it, in post, I mean, this thing is looking comic booky.
Yeah.
We'll see.
This is like 1950.
But there's an animated show, Batman, Damian and Jason Todd based animated show that's supposed to be in his universe.
His animated shows, his animated movies or shows are gonna they're gonna be,
we'll get a little insight. We'll get a little insight on his Batman with that animated project whenever he decides to come out with it.
I don't think it'll be Robert Pattinson, but I think it'll be a shared history of where Batman comes from. I don't think in James Gunn's universe we're going to get an individual Batman movie. I think we're going to get a world where Batman already exists, because in Superman we're already getting a Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific,
a bunch of stuff.
So we're getting a world where Superman's joining in on a list of vigilantes.
That's right.
And I think at the top of that list will be a Batman. And, I'm not saying we have to do that. Don't expect it, but we may get the Batman reveal, casting reveal at the end of that Superman movie. But I think this Superman James Gunn is doing is coming into a world where this already exists. And at some point we'll get a world where this type of Batman existed, or this type of Superman existed. You know what I mean? I think in the Matt Reeves world, we'll see at the end of this Batman. I don't know if it's a trilogy or not. I don't know if they agreed to that, but there'll at least be another film, I'm thinking, because they're doing the Penguin show.
Right.
That at the end of that, when he becomes Batman, then he'll start to see the supernatural stuff. Like, oh, I prepared and I fixed all of this. Now I got another issue that I got to deal with, and I think that's where we're getting to the multiversal stuff. And they'll do the same thing where they unite.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do that. DC's big on multiple Earths, and so they're definitely gonna play around with that.
The question is Robert Pattinson's Batman? Is Robert Pattinson's Batman early Batman for Michael Keaton, or is he early Batman for Ben Affleck?
Nah, I think it's his own thing.
Neither.
It's honestly its own thing.
Neither. Okay.
Neither.
Yeah, right now it's his own thing, but I don't think it's.
But I'm trying to figure out where, how you can. I'm trying to figure out how Robert Pattinson's Batman can exist in a James Gunn. I mean, we have to see the James Gunn movie in order for us to make a better assessment.
Yeah.
As to how that could happen, but because this is a very dark Batman. This is like this gives me like Crow vibes. You know what I mean? Like this looks like the Crow, or what the Crow should have been. As far as tone. But like maybe maybe what Tarek said, maybe this is early Batman. It hasn't reached to the point of like, again, where the Supermans and all the heroes and the, mythical enemies and, other things like that, like kind of start happening.
Yeah, I don't think they exist yet. Yeah, definitely.
Everybody hates on the Flash,
ahead,
but
Rich.
the Flash opened up that DC universe so that it could be multiple Batmans, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
Oh yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
I can't see Robert. I can't see James Gunn just taking everything cool Matt Reeves is doing or plans on doing with this Batman, and then just like kind of okay, let's bring him through a portal and into a whole nother multiverse. And now Bruce Wayne is trying to figure out where the hell he is, and then all these superheroes are flying around, and all these fantasy, guys are all running around here.
Flashpoint, dog. Flashpoint.
That doesn't that is like taking that's like taking Christian Bale and all the good Christopher Nolan Batmans and just being like, let's throw it in a Superman movie and let's just open a portal and he'll just go in Metropolis because the multiverse just collapsed. And it's like it just won't sit well. It could work.
But
it
it's not
work.
beyond them. But it's not beyond them, right? Like
it's not beyond them.
It's not beyond them to do that.
I didn't expect them to do what they did with Keaton, but it made sense with Keaton.
Yeah.
Because you still had the fantasy aspect to his Batman in a sense.
Yeah.
Just the way the Penguin looked and the Joker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was all that, there was some comic book elements and all that.
In the Spider-Man No Way Home movie was, there was a little line in there like, who are the Avengers? And he's like, I'm part of the Avengers. And it's like those other two Spider-Mans were like, there's no other heroes like that. Like we don't have an Avengers. Like, we
don't have backup.
Yeah, we don't have backup. Like I run New York. You know what I mean? They like Jay-Z in the 90s. Like, now I run New York now.
Yeah. We saw how that happened with Diddy.
Oh, I'll tell you what's not running anything is Joker. Joker Part 2 is not doing biggest drop off this week for a comic book movie ever. Did anybody see it?
Absolutely not.
No.
I'm blaming it on the storm that I didn't see it.
I told you guys.
That's a 4 and out. Nobody has seen it on the show.
Dude, I told you that when they announced it as a musical, I was not going to watch it. I was going to wait till I see that on HBO.
For the show, I wanted to watch it, but it just didn't work out. And it was inconvenient at the time because of the storm. And I also wasn't excited because of all the reviews. I am not a fan of musicals, but I've seen The Greatest Showman on Earth. I went and watched some version of Mary Poppins with some young lady who I was interested in at the time. Rewatched the first Joker with plans to go see the second one. And I really liked the first Joker. I don't understand the direction, but I knew what the direction was going to be going in. But I have to watch it. And I'm going to probably watch it this week.
There's some people that swear by it, Tarek. They swear that when you step back and actually look at the whole movie and think about what Todd Phillips did, that it's an actual masterpiece, is what some of them said.
Yeah, that's what some of them said. But the general public is saying that this movie is hot garbage. And I think they really messed up making this a musical. Honestly, one of my friends, shout out to my boy, Davi Rolando. I saw him, he went to go see the movie and he said that he didn't know that it was a musical. And the fact that it was a musical, he hated it.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not like musicals.
Yeah, dude. And even Lady Gaga is taking it. Apparently, there's a report saying that insiders saying Lady Gaga was so disappointed in the immense flood of negative reactions that she's trying to push out other projects so that people kind of forget about
it. I don't blame her.
Very smart.
I don't blame her. Smart. Yeah.
This is nasty.
Protect the brand. Hint, Star Wars.
This is nasty work on I don't even know who to blame at this point. I mean, you blame kind of Warner for being like, oh, I mean, because listen, Joker, the first one was like a masterpiece. Like, leave it alone.
It was amazing.
It was a masterpiece. It was a master class on telling, on giving the villain, the beloved villain, his moment, his flowers. And you just took everything that first movie did that was so cool and just ruined it. And just like, and the crazy thing is,
Joey, you haven't watched it yet.
I don't need to watch it. I went through. I purposely went through Twitter to go look at clips for the movie. Purposely, I spoiled the ending for myself and everything. All those clips are up on Twitter. Just type it on search. I saw the ending already, and it was just like the biggest slap in the face to DC fans. Todd Phillips should never do anything like this again. Like his name, amongst Sweaties.
Damn,
his name is
Joe,
Mud.
You haven't watched it yet.
So amongst Sweaties, his name is Mud. And I'm sure for people who appreciate musicals, and this is what I've been told. Like, if you appreciate musicals, you love that, that energy, and you love that style of movie, or then this is probably for you. But if you're telling a story and you got fans so hyped up because of how good the first one was, I'm talking, you won awards. Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor. Like, this movie was like hit all the accolades for DC in a time where DC was like struggling. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't get a solid movie out. Shazam's trash. The Flash, you got your guy who's out here catching all these legal troubles.
Shazam was okay.
And then, like,
Shazam was all right.
It was all right.
Shazam was trash.
Shazam was all right.
That's hard about
it. Shazam 2.
I tell you, I'm not a Zachary Levi fan. I think
Shazam.
I don't say trash
okay.
actor.
Shazam 2 is pretty bad.
Yeah, but he's just Zachary Levi is just a corny actor for me. Like, he's like diet. He's like Ryan Reynolds. No, he's diet Ryan Reynolds. He's like trying so hard to be Ryan Reynolds, and it don't work.
Yeah.
Like, just stop, my guy. Like, you did that show, Chuck. You had your little, you had your moment, and it never really worked out.
You had your time, dog. You had your time. You didn't capitalize.
You didn't capitalize, bro. You had every.
Well,
you could have came back with Shazam, but
I'll tell you.
But nah.
I'll tell you what is gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's gonna be good, Joey? And you probably have no idea what the hell we're gonna be talking about right now. Rich probably doesn't even know what the hell we're gonna be talking about.
Yeah, because you got the damn shirt on.
Let's go.
Anything with robots, Speedy's gonna be riding for heavy.
Speedy's already
Tarek,
put his ticket in for that Tesla Optimus.
Voltron.
Help me out. Help me out, because you're the only one my age here.
He pre-ordering.
Help me out, Tarek. Help me out, Tarek.
We don't need a live action Voltron.
Ladies and gentlemen,
if you're casting it, it's a good casting. We don't need a live action Voltron, dog.
But I think it's kind of cool. Let's go. See, Socks is with me. Socks is with me. Yeah,
I'm with it actually. I'm with it too. But a live action Voltron though, dude, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know if the technology is there.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It kind of like the second that I saw this news, the first thing that I thought in my head was Power Rangers, like the latest Power Rangers movie that came out. And then I was like,
I don't know, man. That's completely different.
I don't know, dude. I hope they do this justice because Voltron is such a good series. But I don't know, man.
The Voltron.
If it's a movie, I'm okay.
Yeah.
If it's a movie, I'm okay. If it's a series where they got to phone Voltron every week, I know it's going to have. It's so expensive to do that. Mm-hmm. That it's going to be corny every time.
No,
so
this is gonna be a movie.
As long as it's a movie, I think they can pull it off. But it's tough, man. I mean, we seen robot jocks back in the 90s. We've seen what's the other joint with Idris Elba?
Speedy's favorite, Robotech.
Yeah, well,
Robotech.
That's another discussion. That's another discussion. That's something completely different. But let me tell you, if this is a hit, like
Pacific
it's a big
Rim.
hit.
I like Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Pacific Rim is cool. But the second one is a little hard to watch. It's could have been better. But the animated Pacific Rim on Netflix is pretty dope. The animated,
but
newest.
No! You just proved my point right there. You said the animated is dope. The live actions, when it comes to these movies, dude, they never do well. They just don't translate well to live action.
Henry Cavill, tell me an L that Henry Cavill has taken as far as a bad product.
Oh, I'm a Henry Cavill fan. I watched Henry Cavill in The Tudors on Showtime, where he was playing like an old English nobleman, where that's where he first got discovered. So I was a fan. I didn't play The Witcher, and I liked The Witcher.
Right.
Witcher was good.
The Witcher was good. He was good as The Witcher, which Liam Hemsworth is now going to be playing. We'll see how that goes. But and I liked Henry Cavill. Like I said, Man of Steel ages well to me. Man of Steel is a film.
That guy in Mission Impossible.
He was good in Mission Impossible. I haven't seen The Gentleman Show, the movie, the most recent one. That he's in
Sherlock Holmes in that the show about his sister on
yeah, he's good in that. So he's a good actor, but I just don't know.
The Cavalry.
It's
Cavalry, baby.
Voltron is like taking on Dragon Ball Z live. Like, I'm watching it for the action of the animation.
Bro. I don't think
you gotta recreate that. I don't know if you can.
Cavill's careful. He moves very carefully.
Does he?
Yeah, I think.
Why is he no longer The Witcher?
I don't know.
Because he was working on. He
wanted to be Superman again, and he thought he was going to be Superman again.
I think he's no longer because they couldn't obligate themselves to what the game does live.
Right.
I think our issues with Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I like the last live action, but it wasn't nearly as exciting as the animated. And I think sometimes when you convert these things, it's the same reason people have a problem converting video games to movies. It's because you have all this extraordinary stuff that costs so much money to do.
Well, I do agree with you in that sentiment, but I will say that something like The Last of Us, that actually translated really well in live action because there's not a lot of CGI in that though. Like there were a couple of parts towards the end. And also the same thing with The Witcher. When you watch The Witcher, it's a lot of like him talking and very good acting. CGI, yes, but it's not used as much as I come back to Power Rangers because that's what I think. Like when I think of Voltron, I'm thinking of like the Megazord and how they made the Megazord. And Power Rangers was trash. It the acting was decent in it and stuff.
No. But Voltron is a whole different thing, bro. I'm telling you.
I know that, but
but
what I'm just going by just technology and where it's at. I just feel like when it comes to live action, you need to have something that's when it comes to robots, I don't think robots translate well to live action. But like all that new technology stuff, it just never does well.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. They made a lot of them Transformer movies. They weren't all great. Most of them weren't great.
That's Michael Bay. Like now, if you tell me, you tell me Michael Bay's doing Voltron, I'll be like, you know what? I'll watch that because Transformers. He made Transformers look somewhat realistic.
Actually, the person who's making this, if we want to deep dive into this, okay, a little bit more. Rawson Marshall Thurber is the gentleman. I don't want to say gentleman. I don't know. Let's see. He did Red Notice with Gal Gadot, Ryan Reynolds, and The Rock on Netflix.
I actually seen that. That movie's all right.
It's all right. I think it's fun.
But, man, let's be honest, man. Transformers is way bigger of a cultural
I'm not expecting,
thing.
and don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting, Oscar-worthy winning stuff here, I just want a good, entertaining live action Voltron movie. Is that too much?
80s kids, we all love Voltron. But Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, those are the trinity of 80s cartoons. And then you got Thundercats.
We got He-Man coming. We got He-Man
and
coming.
Voltron. But what I'm saying is, like, it's not the same lore with Voltron that we have with Thundercats and with Transformers and G.I. Joe. And look how well the animated Transformers did. Even though it was great. I told you, I give it a 4.5. I give it a 9 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Look how well that did.
Yeah.
Women love Henry Cavill. I like Henry Cavill for his acting. Women are going to go see Henry Cavill in something. Is he going to have a shirt off?
He's going to do his little.
I don't know what he's going to do. He might be an antagonist. He might be a bad guy for all we know.
That's true.
You know,
I got feelings he's going to be that guy, that Black Lion,
like a Prince Lotor. Yeah, a King Zarkon, whatever his name is. Yeah. Or he could be Alfor. He could be King. What's the
I don't know how many of y'all are in relationships right now. But I'm not telling some woman to go like, yo, let's do something, kick it real quick. You know, we go get something to eat, grab some drinks, go see Voltron. Henry Cavill's in it. You go like, I'm not doing
lit, bro. This might be the renaissance of all the 80s IP, bro. I might get my Robotech movie. If Voltron makes money.
Bro. Hey, hold on to your
If He-Man's coming, we might get a Thundercats movie quick.
He should be He-Man. He should be He-Man.
Conan.
Conan, yeah.
Conan. I'll take a better Conan reboot than that last one they tried to give
The
us.
Rock.
Yeah.
Oh no, that wasn't The Rock.
It might be 80s renaissance, baby.
Was The Rock Conan?
Rock was Hercules.
Thundar the Barbarian might get all that stuff. Might get wild and crazy.
Speedy, you going crazy now. You think Thundar the Barbarian. Like 7 people watch that. I think I was watching reruns of Thunder.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see where I stop this in. There you go.
Can we talk real quick about casting? Casting of Green Lantern.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Green Lantern. I moved from that.
We talked about it earlier, but Aaron Pierre, can we talk about him? Can we talk?
Yeah, please.
Go ahead. Tom.
I liked him, and he was okay in what was the movie he did?
Rebel Ridge. Dude,
Rebel Ridge.
I just watched.
It was bad.
Dude, I just watched Rebel Ridge, and acting is meh. The him fighting was obviously with Green Lantern he's gonna have a lot more CGI and he's gonna have a lot more money behind it. I feel like Rebel Ridge, he was you can't really, I don't think you could really like judge him off of Rebel Ridge because it looks like it was a very low funded movie. I'm just gonna be honest. But I didn't hate it. I actually liked the story. I liked him as an actor. But he could fight a little bit. He was fighting in that movie. He does his own stunts.
Yeah. We talked about the first casting. When you weren't here, Rich. When it was the Hal Jordan casting, which was Kyle Chandler. I wasn't against that casting either. I like that. I like Kyle Chandler. I just haven't seen him in anything like this. But
I think this is cool. I feel like this was going to be the guy. I think Aaron Pierre has been getting some decent notoriety, especially with Rebel Ridge being where it's at on Netflix and getting the popularity.
Netflix be lying with them rankings though. They just put
I know they lie. Yeah, I still haven't watched. I haven't watched Rebel Ridge. I've just been seeing a lot of people post about it or Netflix promoting it heavy. But
it's not bad. It's not bad.
I think it'll be a solid look. Again, I think like the way this Lanterns thing is gonna pan out is Hal Jordan won't be crossing over into the movies. I think Jon Stewart will be the crossover into
I'm done with that
theatrical stuff, because I think Hal Jordan is really just like kind of setting it up for Jon Stewart to take the mantle. I think that's how they're doing it. I think Hal Jordan doesn't survive the series, and I think that because of the way Old Boy's contract to play Hal Jordan was structured. He's only on for the show.
Dang, you read the whole contract and everything, Joey?
Well, I didn't go to details in the contract. I just know it's only for the length of his contract is only for the show. So
I like it.
It allows me to really assume that he's not going to last by the end of the series.
Honestly, the Penguin show being HBO produced and the quality that it is gives me really good hope for this Lantern show. Tarek, what do you think?
I have nothing against this guy.
Galactic Cops.
I have nothing against this guy.
Yeah.
Rebel Ridge was okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, see,
I don't know.
You told me you didn't like it.
Huh?
I could have sworn you told me you didn't like it.
Well, it just didn't make sense
okay.
that he's a badass and he never hurts anybody.
Okay. It's a big plot hole. There you go.
Yeah, so it's like I just like even Steven Seagal, who was doing the keto, broke arms, and this dude doesn't break any arms. He just lays people down.
Yeah, this guy, I will say the plot of whole Rebel Ridge, like this guy is like teaches martial arts in the military, yada yada yada. He has no experience in the field, but he's a badass somehow.
Yeah, he's like, I never really been in a fight. I just gently lay people down. I put people to sleep. Like, you just don't sit right with me. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
hopefully.
And it wasn't his acting performance, but
his acting was decent.
Yeah,
but it wasn't anything crazy.
He's played a Kryptonian before.
Really?
Wow.
When?
He was on the show Krypton.
Oh, really?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, he played Kev Dim on the show Krypton. Devim.
Okay. Well, there you go. I don't know. I'm excited for the Lanterns movie, for Lantern show, should I say? I'm excited. I'm here for it.
Who was the guy that was up for it with him? It was like him and somebody else that were up for that role.
Yeah, I would have preferred. I wanted, and I'm just a fan of his. Anthony Mackie's already gone because he's in Marvel, but the dude who played Hawkman, I forgot his name. He played Hawkman in what's the joint with The Rock?
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Yeah. Adam. You would have been.
He
cool,
played
Hawkman.
I know what you're talking about. The dude from The Walking Dead.
No, he's not in The Walking Dead. I don't think. Aldous Hodge.
Yeah.
Aldous Hodge.
Aldous Hodge. I would have liked him as a Green Lantern. That'd have been my top choice. But I thought he was also good as Hawkman. I can't say there's just another person, but it's just like I hope you're right. You know what I mean? Like I hope whatever your gamble is on this guy, I hope you're right. He hasn't done anything I've seen him in, and I've seen him in several things. I never seen him be bad. So he was in the movie Old, like the athlete, rapper, whatever, and he wasn't bad in that, but he didn't have a lot to do. So, I agree with Joey. It was like he's going to be Jon Stewart is going to be our Green Lantern for the future coming forward. Like he's going to be the Green Lantern that we're focusing on, and I hope he's up for it. And I can't say that he's not, but I just hope he is. I'm glad they're doing Jon Stewart. Like they could have easily done Hal Jordan, which is debatable on which one is more popular. But I think Hal Jordan is the most well-known Green Lantern, but he has some other storylines where he becomes Parallax and he becomes Spectre.
Yeah,
so maybe we'll go into that.
They might do that by casting this older Hal Jordan.
Yeah. And then when they casted Hal Jordan, I was like, I can see him as Hal Jordan, but he's older, so they may go into that. And back in the day, like 10 years ago, Common was supposed to be Jon Stewart. It was like his idea that Common would be Jon Stewart. And I think I was kind of sold on that because Common's one of my favorite rappers. I was like, well, he's supposed to be, but I get it, I get it. So, and it's a series and it's a show. What I don't like is that it's going to be a detective show on Earth.
Is it Earth
with like Earth? It's Earth based, and I'm like, you're the Green Lanterns. Like
they're looking, trying to uncover a murder.
Yeah, show me space. I guess that's something that Martian Manhunter might do on the low. Like, I want to see the Green Lanterns in space. Like,
I think it has something to do though. I think it has something to do with the Sinestro core.
Yeah, it's got to have something.
Yeah.
I'm not very versed on Green Lanterns lore, but I'm here for it, man. I like I said, I like that dude. He was a decent actor, and he was fighting in Rebel Ridge. He's also in The Little Mermaid. Don't forget about that. So, yeah, the live action, the new live action.
He's also going to be Mufasa. I think he's going to be Mufasa.
Yeah, he is going to be the Mufasa in the Mufasa movie.
Now that we talking about fighting, let's talk about this new Dragon Ball Z video game. Joey, you have this game? Tarek, you got this game?
Richie has it.
Richie has the game.
Yeah, I haven't dove into
been streaming it.
I have not been streaming it. I actually am going to stream it because the storyline of this game is so good. Yeah. They do like what they do with every Dragon Ball game. They go into the storylines that everybody knows, from the Saiyan saga all the way into Super. I believe they go into the Tournament of Power. For all of my DB people that know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But Tournament of Power is pretty good. But dude, this game, the way the animations of this game, it looks exactly almost like the show. But also they also have like what if scenarios of like different things that could have happened in the Dragon Ball series, which is really good. I don't want to like spoil as to which ones that I've been done so far, but the game is pretty challenging. A lot of people are having a lot of trouble with the gorilla Vegeta. A lot of people say this game is actually too hard, but I enjoy it and I love it for what it is, man. It's awesome.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I've been getting nothing but the reels. Like, I'm an anime fan, so I'm getting nothing but the reels from this, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that a reel or is that like from a new show that I haven't seen yet? And it's like, oh no, this is from the video game.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, so those things look great. They look great. And I'll spoil it. There's a scenario where Trunks and Gohan, fight alternate universe like a Gohan Black or whatever, and it's like, oh, these things look great. Or like Trunks and Vegeta defeat Cell. It looks dope.
Yeah, and the whole thing is like, because the only evil one, the only alternate universe one in Super is the Rose Goku, and that's like a huge battle. So it was pretty wild to see the evil Gohan, but I'm also like, now just by seeing that, I want to see what other scenarios that they have in this, because the villains in this, I don't know, like the villains in Dragon Ball, and I want to say Dragon Ball Z, but it's not just Dragon Ball Z. It's Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and there's supposed to be another one coming out on Netflix called Daimi or something like that.
I think it's kind of like a retelling of GT, but in this,
and that's supposed to be story. Yeah. So, and I'm not sure if they touch into that, but the what if scenarios alone, just seeing like the different villains that they have that they weren't in the show. So this does follow the show, but like I said, they have what if scenarios where it's like alternate universe stuff happening, and it's pretty cool.
Cool. Dragon Ball sweaties are almost out of as most out of control as like Star Wars sweaties and Star Trek sweaties. They're out of control. Like, the Dragon Ball they're like out of control, dude.
Wow. All right, ladies and
gentlemen. Going at it with Naruto people, like, you One Piece people with your transformations, and it's like, y'all gotta relax.
All right, guys, I think that's it for today's show. Let everyone know how they can follow you on the audio version of this, or listen to us on the audio podcast feed. Mr. Tarek Lewis.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and also on YouTube.
Mr. Joey Franchise.
At Joey Franchise, my personal, and at Franchise on Film. Yo, I just saw. I'm gonna share it on Twitter. At Joey Franchise. They just post. I saw Marvel Updates post some deleted scenes from Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame, like clearer, like deleted scenes of like when Tony Stark snapped his finger and he sees an older version of his daughter Morgan Stark, and then there's an extended version of Black Widow and Hawkeye when they were in Volmir, and Thanos attacks them before, like, you know, they fight each other to who's gonna sacrifice.
Right.
It becomes a more intense battle than that. So it actually would have been better in the film, if you ask me.
Interesting. And Mr. Rich Ortiz, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
At Richie_Ortiz on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, blackpeoplemeet.com. Plenty of fish.
I was hit me back in the day, dog, for no reason.
I might be going on Christian Mingle with that name too. Richie_Ortiz on everything. Let's go.
Of course, you can follow the show on Instagram at Geek Culture Congress. Of course, the official YouTube channel for the Geek Culture Congress podcast is Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. Go and give me a subscribe over there. We do a little bit more on there as well. That's not on the podcast. And come hang out and subscribe there, and you'll know when we go live with the live version of the show. Thank you so much for everyone who's been with us here on the live show. My good friend Socks, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Socks, appreciate you, dude.
Today. We appreciate you. Every Monday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, God willing, and when there's no storms and crazy stuff happening, we are here doing a show for y'all, talking about ordinary stuff. Next week, we talk
Nadine, stay away, Nadine.
Yeah.
Stay away.
We're talking more Agatha. We're talking more the Penguin. We're talking everything else that happens and gets announced all week. Next week, right here. Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel, Geek Culture Congress podcast. We're signing off. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. Peace.
Deuce.